This is your AESH Weekly News Minute for Tuesday, May 2, 2023. Energy news. Russia's role as a global energy player is set to diminish, and the US and Qatar are among a slew of nations ready to fill its shoes, analysts told CNBC. Russia's global LNG supply share will almost certainly decline this decade, Henning Gloystein, a director for energy, climate, and natural resources at political consultancy Eurasia Group, told CNBC. He noted that its role in the liquefied natural gas space was retreating even before the country's invasion of Ukraine last year. Western sanctions, which resulted from the onslaught of its neighbor, further sapped most foreign investment out of Russia's LNG sector. Russia's inability to purchase liquefaction modules, which enable natural gas to be converted into LNG, will hamper its ambitions, said the director of South and Southeast Asia Gas of Sant Global Commodity Insights, Jai-Shin Chong. In this decade, it will be extremely challenging for Russia to expand its liquefaction capacity, given the broad sanctions that have been imposed on the country, Chong said in an email. Logistics and transportation news. Joint Polish and German police action focuses on HGV drivers keeping distance between vehicles. On Monday, April 24, dozens of officers from Poland and Germany cooperated in a joint action that was dedicated to road safety among other things. Lubuska Police writes that during the action, uniformed officers took a closer look at virtually every aspect related to road safety. The regional police department from the Lubuski province added that the campaign utilized modern police cars and motorcycles, as well as technically advanced equipment such as drones. The tech was used to measure the distance between vehicles, the speed of vehicles and drivers' sobriety, as well as to scan for the contents of the transported cargo. In addition, officers checked lorry drivers' qualifications, their working time and the technical condition of vehicles. The Polish border guards were also on hand to check the legality of HGV drivers' stay in Poland. Technology news. Group of 7 advanced nations should adopt risk-based regulation on artificial intelligence, their digital ministers agreed on Sunday, as European lawmakers hurry to introduce an AI Act to enforce rules on emerging tools such as chat. But such regulation should also preserve an open and enabling environment for the development of AI technologies and be based on democratic values, G7 ministers said in a joint statement issued at the end of a 2-day meeting in Japan. While the ministers recognized that policy instruments to achieve the common vision and goal of trustworthy AI may vary across G7 members, the agreement sets a landmark for how major countries govern AI amid privacy concerns and security risks. The conclusions of this G7 meeting show that we are definitely not alone in this, European Commission Executive Vice President Margrethe Vestager told Reuters ahead of the agreement. Governments have especially paid attention to the popularity of generative AI tools such as Chat, a chatbot developed by Microsoft Corporation-backed OpenAI that has become the fastest-growing app in history since its November launch. Finance news. 31% of new crypto buyers influenced by friends. Here's why that can be a horrible idea, advisor says. When it comes to cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, new investors are often motivated by friends to take the plunge, according to a new study. But that might hold traps for the unwary, experts warn. I don't imagine friends are talking about when they lost money, said Lee Baker, a certified financial planner and founder of Apex Financial Services in Atlanta. Nearly a third, 31% of new cryptocurrency investors in 2022 used a friend's suggestion as their primary reason for buying in, according to a recent joint study published by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, Investor Education Foundation and NORC at the University of Chicago. Friends' recommendations were the #1 motivating factor for new crypto buyers. That share compares with 8% of new investors in more traditional assets like stocks and bonds. The disparity indicates there is a social element to cryptocurrency investing, not evident in equities or bond investing, according to the study. Global news headlines. Gold slips on firmer dollar, spotlight on Fed meeting. Gold prices dipped on Monday as the US dollar held firm, with traders positioning themselves ahead of a much-awaited Federal Reserve rate hike decision due this week. Spot gold was down 0.4% at $1,981.96 per ounce by 2:54 GMT. U.S. gold futures fell 0.4% to $1,991.70. The dollar index rose 0.1%, making greenback-priced bullion more expensive for overseas buyers. The Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, will meet on May 2 to 3, and investors are largely expecting a 25 basis point interest rate hike. If the Fed comes out unexpectedly hawkish, then it won't bode well for gold. However, I don't think prices will fall below the $1,930 level, said Ilya Spivak, head of global macro at Tastelif. This has been your AESH Weekly News Minute for Tuesday, May 2, 2023. If you want more global energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.